Hey, Wrestling Fanatics, welcome to 360 Wrestling Fanatic, episode 657. I am Lance Brock. I hope everyone had a great Friday today as we start off a huge weekend with a lot of pro wrestling to watch. And if you are a pro wrestling nerd like I am, you definitely are excited and pumped up about it. Which reminds me, with Evolution on Sunday night, gonna have to record Duck Dynasty The Revival. And once again, welcome to episode 657 of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Not only are we on Spreaker, but also, once again, we are live on the 360 Wrestling Podcast's YouTube channel as well. So I appreciate everyone, whether you're listening on Spreaker, the audio version of the podcast, or if you are watching the live stream on YouTube. Also, even if you're not watching it live, even if you're watching a replay after, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, it's appreciated. It's appreciated whether you're listening to the audio version of the podcast or the video version that is available on the 360 Wrestling Podcast YouTube channel. Either way, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate everyone. And now, without any further ado or wasting any more time, let's get right into tonight. And I'm going to start things off tonight by talking about Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor. Like I talked about this morning on 360 Good Morning Wrestling Fans, that this was actually supposed to happen earlier in the year, but at one time was postponed until this weekend. But it now has finally happened. Supercard of Honor 2025, and tonight's Supercard of Honor was live at Esports Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Just, I think they said, across the road or so from Globe Life, the site of All in Texas, tomorrow on pay-per-view. Our commentators for tonight, Ian Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman. Once again, I just want to say, good venue for Ring of Honor. I'd say not a huge arena, of course, but it is definitely a good venue. And just like the last summer when they did episodes of Ring of Honor and Collision there at the sports stadium, they actually had really good crowds at those shows. You could tell that they were people that definitely kept up with the product, not only just Collision, but also Ring of Honor as well. So that's always good to see. And we start things off on the pay-per-view. Hechicero defeating Michael Oku 11 minutes 32 seconds. Very good match. Big fan of both of these guys. Of course, Michael Oku, the Rev Pro champion. Of course, the title not on the line tonight, but Hechicero getting the win 11 minutes 32 seconds. I'll give this match 3 out of 5 ring bells. I definitely enjoyed this one. I thought this was a good, fun, entertaining match to sit down and watch. Also, we have a $50,000 four-way match. AR Fox getting the win in this one. And next up, the Ring of Honor Pure Championship is on the line. Lee Moriarty taking on Blue Panther. Another good match. And this one had a pretty good story going into this one. They had a good video package for it with highlights of Lee Moriarty defeating Blue Panther and then Shane Taylor Promotions attacking him after the match. And Lee Moriarty explaining the respect that he has for Blue Panther is why he didn't join in on that post-match beatdown with Infantry and Shane Taylor. And this match, of course, was pure wrestling rules. Really good match. Both of them ended up using all 3 of their rope breaks. But in the end is Lee Moriarty defeating Blue Panther at 13 minutes, 24 seconds to retain the Ring of Honor Pure Wrestling Championship. Next up on Supercard of Honor, the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships are up for grabs. The Sons of Texas, the Natural Dustin Rhodes, and Spanish God Sammy Guevara taking on the Infantry representing Shane Taylor Promotions. And before this one, we see kind of like a Superman inspired video package with Sammy Guevara, with even an appearance from his time-out's daughter in this one, but then just shows him back a green screen or in front of a green screen, I should say, and everything. Dustin comes up to him, asks him what he's doing, and then Guevara shows him something, and Dustin just says, "I'm not wearing that." But since it is Supercard about Guevara wants him to have a big entrance, and Dustin does end up going along with it. Superman outfit, green, I believe. And pretty good tag team match here, I thought. Guevara and Rhodes working together once again. The Infantry, very impressed by them. But it is the Sons of Texas, Rhodes and Guevara, defeating the Infantry at 15 minutes, 2 seconds to retain the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. After Shane Taylor Moriarty, was he there? But I know, or maybe it was just Shane Taylor and Preacher got involved and attacked Rhodes and Guevara after the match. And then the Von Erichs come out with steel chairs to make this. Also, Dustin Rhodes busted open during this one and was bleeding. Oh, also, a part of the attack was Shane Taylor Promotions. I forgot to mention Anthony a Go-Go. And next up, the Ring of Honor Men's World Television Championship is on the line. Next, Nick Wayne taking on Teton. Fun match here. I actually enjoyed this one. It was a fun, entertaining match. Mother Wayne, of course, getting involved one time. Teton having Nick pinned. She took the foot of her son, put it on the bottom rope to cause the rope break, but she was caught and then sent right to the back. She was taken out, but the damage was pretty much done. Nick Wayne getting the win, the World Television Championship, and really good match. I definitely recommend it. Checking it out if you missed it tonight for some reason. And now it is time to crown. And before I get into this match, I have to correct myself. I made a mistake, unfortunately. I don't know why. But for some reason this morning on 360 Good Morning Wrestling Fans, I said this was going to be for the first ever Ring of Honor Women's Television Championship. I have no idea. Maybe just walking to work, not thinking, not using the old noodle right there. For whatever reason, I messed up. I was wrong. Of course, this is not the first. I don't know why I said that, but to crown the interim Ring of Honor Women's Television Champion with Red Velvet out of action. And she is ready for the match. But we have Miyu Masakasha taking on Yuki Sakazaki, Persephone, and Mina Shirakawa. Very good match here. All four ladies in this one definitely put it all out in that ring. And it's just too bad that Ring of Honor, I'd say, right there with TNA, maybe, even though it is a part of AEW, that a lot of good wrestling, a lot of great, talented wrestlers on the show, but gets probably the least attention pro wrestling right now. Just like I said, like TNA. TNA, weekly show, great reviews, great matches, so many talented wrestlers they have on their roster. But if most wrestling fans, at least the casual wrestling fans anyway, don't see it, even though, like Ring of Honor and TNA, they're the shows that the hardest, hardcore wrestling fans and the wrestling nerds, those are the ones who are tuning in to whether it's Access TV or TNA Plus and watching on Honor Club every week. And of course, the PLEs, when a few they do have of Ring of Honor during the year. Wait, I lost track here. Where was I going with that? I lost track. That, my brain train went right off the train track right there. Just lost my thought right there. But Mina Shirakawa getting the win in this one to become the interim Ring of Honor Women's Television Champion, 13 minutes, 46 seconds. And they're already teasing whenever Red Velvet is cleared to wrestle, they're going to have a match for the champion. And even Mina mocking her with the start. So whenever Red Velvet is healthy, we will see that match. Red Velvet versus Mina Shirakawa to determine the Ring of Honor Women's Television Champion. And the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship on the line. The forever Ring of Honor World Champion, the fallen goddess of Athena, with Billy Starks in her corner, taking on Thunder Rosa. Good match. I enjoyed this one, and Thunder Rosa definitely looked impressive in it, but it was Athena still the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, which luckily I did predict quickly, and I felt that this was definitely the right move to keep the title on Athena. And to go back where that ramble I was just on a little bit ago, that even though not a whole lot of people are watching Ring of Honor every week on Honor Club, Athena, I would say, just my opinion, that one definitely one of the best, not just women's champions, but just one of the best champions overall, men or women, in pro wrestling right now. Just my opinion. This reign that she has had as champion has just been great. She's great in the ring, and I wish that she would definitely get attention from the wrestling world for being so great during this run as Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. And to be honest, I have no idea when Ring of Honor is actually going to have her drop the title. But I think whenever she does, that it should be to Billy Starks, which would make sense. Her as Mania's minion, you've had their ups and downs kind of disagreements before, and then eventually got past them. They had for the Athena retaining, but I could see end this ring and take the women's world title off of Athena. One more match. Athena versus Billy Starks. And Billy Starks finally being able to take the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship from the Minion Overlord, Fina. And when is that going to happen? Who knows when it actually will or if it will, but that is definitely what I would like to see happen. And now the main event of Supercard of Honor 2025, the Ring of Honor World Championship on the line. Bandito defending against Don Callis family member Konosuke Takeshita. Very good match here. Really good main event in my opinion. Don Callis commentary, as usual, when one of the members of his family are in action. Very good match. Definitely big fan of Takeshita, and I did not expect him to become the new Ring of Honor World Champion tonight, and he did not. But still, I thought this was a very good main event. Very good video package leading to this match as well. Bob Bandito wanting to be the greatest world champion in Ring of Honor history. And Bandito gets the win and retains the Ring of Honor World Championship, defeating Konosuke Takeshita. Bandito celebrates his victory in the ring, but then after the match, we see Hechicero kind of tease that he wants that championship. So it looks like sometime down the line, we'll be seeing Hechicero challenge Bandito for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Good main event. Bandito, still your Ring of Honor World Champion. Overall, I know I didn't rate each match, and sometimes I just forget I definitely need to get better at. And I was the one who came up with throwing bells for match rating, but I need to start remembering each match. But overall, Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, I am going to give it 8 out of 10 ring bells. Solid show. A lot of great wrestling on the show from bell to bell. From the beginning of the show to the close of the show. Very good matches. And I would definitely recommend it. Recommend the replay on that club. I always say this, but I do definitely recommend checking out Even if you only subscribe for 1 month and they cancel it, I say check it out. And of course, the best time would be when there is a PLE, but still you get to watch Ring of Honor weekly on Honor Club, which usually is a good show with good wrestling on it. And then, of course, you got the Ring of Honor archives, and they often do add past Ring of Honor shows from the original Ring of Honor to Honor Club. So just try it. If you don't like it. But now let's move on to the other pro wrestling action we had tonight. WWE Friday Night Smackdown. And Smackdown tonight was at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. Our commentators for tonight, Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett. And SmackDown tonight, kind of going to try to go through it a little quick since it is close to 1 a.m. right now. And definitely got a lot of wrestling to watch the rest of the weekend. Had Alexa Bliss defeating Roxanne Perez, Sol Ruka, and Kyrie Sane with the sister Abigail. 9 minutes, 59 seconds. The WWE World Tag Team Championships are on the line. We have the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins defending against the Wyatt Six, Bray Wyatt, Roman, and we have WWE Tag Team Champions, the Wyatt Six. And not too surprised, but maybe I feel that, not that much of a difference, but kind of feel that maybe this match could have been sent tomorrow night, Saturday night's main event. But SmackDown having the title change on here, that's fine. New WWE World Tag Team Champions, the Wyatt Six. And then we had R-Truth getting the victory over Aleister Black with the O'Connor Roll, kind of a short match, 2 minutes, 7 seconds. But R-Truth victorious, and Jimmy Uso and LA Knight get a victory. Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo, 9 minutes, 33 seconds. And like I said, we had appearance from singer Jelly Roll tonight. And he performed song on Fire and then was interrupted by Logan Paul. And I talked about earlier that how Jelly Roll, the rumors or whatever, training to possibly work a match at SummerSlam. Possibly we could see him versus Logan Paul. And we also know owner of Randy Orton at Saturday night's main event. And speaking of tomorrow p.m. and good morning, wrestling fans. Tomorrow, I'm more so going to be previewing All in Texas. Since it is the biggest show this week. So right now, I'm going to preview the 2 WWE shows that are taking place tomorrow, starting afternoon. The NXT Great American Bash. We have Javon Evans versus Jasper Troy. Falls Count Anywhere match for the NXT American Championship. All Ego Ethan Page defending against Ricky Saints. The NXT Women's North American Championship on the line. Sol Ruka defending against Daniel Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe. influence. And Obafemi take Yoshiki in for the NXT in the main event. And speaking of event, and by the way, I forgot to mention the Great American Bash in Atlanta. WCW Country going to be live from Center Stage later that night. WWE Saturday night's main event, also in Atlanta, of course, but at the State Farm Arena. I know this is, but WWE definitely turn and possibly last match. But since Goldberg did make his WCW debut on WCW Saturday night, which was at Center Stage in Atlanta, of course. And like I said, I know WWE is not going to do this, so I'm definitely not expecting it. But I just thought that would be pretty cool. Since Center Stage there for Saturday, Goldberg made his WCW debut anyway against Hugh Morris. So I thought that would be pretty cool. Last match there too, but obviously they're gonna want at least a big arena or some sort. If it is his last match, who knows? It's pro wrestling. Never say never. But tomorrow, Saturday night's main event will be live on Peacock and NBC here in the United States, internationally on YouTube. And we have the WWE United States Championship up for grabs. Solo Sikoa taking on Jimmy Uso. Randy Orton with that jelly belly roll, whatever in his corner, taking on Drew McIntyre with Logan Paul in his corner. I think I messed that up a little bit ago. I think I said Randy Orton or something, but Logan Paul is in the corner of Drew McIntyre. And we got LA Knight first. Or LA Knight. Yeah, I should say. Taking on Mr. Money in the Bank. That's freaking Rollins. And the main event live from Atlanta. Goldberg challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Will Goldberg actually win the world title? I say unlikely. I say he probably shouldn't. Hot right now. Keep the title on him. Then, after this match with Goldberg, have another world title match, Gunther and Jey Uso. Even if this is Goldberg's last match. And a couple weeks ago on Raw, with an interview with Michael Cole, he pretty much just said if he does win the world title, that's an interesting dilemma or something like that. But I just definitely do not think this is the right thing, would be the right thing to have Goldberg win the World Heavyweight Championship right now. Even if he does maybe feel that he has one or two more matches left in him, but here in Atlanta would make sense to be the place where he does have his final match. So I'd say the best bet would be to have Gunther retain over Goldberg tomorrow night. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Who knows? Definitely not booking WWE, that's for sure. And those are two of the shows that will be taking place tomorrow and tomorrow. And tomorrow morning, 360 Good Morning Wrestling fans, I will preview AEW in Texas. So stay tuned for that. And that's all for tonight's episode of 360 Good Morning Wrestling fans. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. Hope everyone enjoyed the pro wrestling tonight. And more pro wrestling we got tomorrow and Sunday with WWE Evolution. Feel free to leave me your thoughts and your opinions on tonight's Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, and also WWE Smackdown from tonight and your predictions for the rest of the weekend on all the shows. In the comment section, either right here on Spreaker or wherever you listen to the Wrestling Podcast at. Sorry, man. Hope I'm not listening to my voice because got to be a pro to talk about this weekend. Oh, sorry. Or since also a live stream as well, you can leave from right here in the comment section on YouTube. Watching on YouTube down below. And if you don't want to do either of those, you can email me your thoughts and your predictions and 360 Wrestling Podcast at gmail.com in the description or on social media on X at 360 Wrestling Pod, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. You can find me there. Talk if you want. And it is now 1 a.m. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream or watching the replay or listening to on Spreaker. I appreciate everyone who listens, who watches, all that good stuff. Until tomorrow morning for GMWF, I am a Wrestling Fanatic.